y'all, Pam here with Be Creative Crafts, and welcome to Off the Hook. So how is everybody doing tonight? So y'all, tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of me working on a yarny craft, I'm going to be working with some gallery glass because this is what we are going to be working with on the Crafty Ladies. And I wanted to go ahead and get started tonight. I want to try to make one that is removable. And so I wanted to go ahead and get it prepped tonight so that on the Crafty Ladies on Saturday night, it will be ready. It will be fully dried and it'll be ready to be removed and put onto something else. So, hello, Mr. Rudy. Welcome in. He said it's 1:51 or 7:51. He was here a little bit early. Hey, Miss Kimberly and Cat's Gallery. Welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry, y'all. Gotta get me a little drink. But anyway, so that is what we're going to be working on. All I did to prep well, I'll show you when we turn the camera. Rudy said upload day 51 from the 100-day project. Very cool. I'm not doing that this year, but that's good for those that are participating in that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera. Hey, Gentry. Hey, Miss Karen, welcome in. Let's see. There we go. Hey, Noe. Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing. Let's see if it takes that glare off if I zoom us down one time. It does not. Okay, let's see. Which one is it? It is... Oh, it's the overhead light. I can't do anything about that. Okay. I could shift it down just a hair. How about that? There we go. That works. Kimberly said, love that grant. I try to smile because I know it's going to freeze whatever face I do if I don't turn off that camera. Okay. Let's set that phone back over there. Okay, so what I did was I took a piece of cardboard. I taped my image to it. And then I just put cling wrap around it. Or saran wrap, whatever you want to call it. I'm using Handy Wrap Ultra Cling from Dollar General. It was, I think, $1. So, all right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this leading and I'm just going to outline everywhere that is black. Hopefully, let's see. Make sure it's not stopped up. I haven't used this in a while. Move that out the way. And then we'll get this started, and then while it dries, we'll chit chat. So how has everybody's week been? Okay, I'm gonna have to clean this out because it's not coming. Okie dokie. What did oh, they're right here. I was gonna say what I do with my pens. They're right here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a pen. I'm just gonna stick it down in this little nozzle here and clean it out so that I can get the product out of it. Possibly. I wonder if I have. I do not. I was going to say, I wondered if I had a Q-tip in here. I don't. Okay, I think I got it. Paper towel. Start right here. Maybe. Let's see. Kimberly said it's been weird. None of the days feel like what they are. Noe said, my adoptive team, the Blue Jays, just scored a grand slam and a double in one inning. Oh, nice. Hey, Miss Angel. She said treasure raid. Yay. Yes, Miss Nancy had a member live. Okay. Now we should be good to go. Let's try that again with the leading. Probably could have used my cute toothpick. Might would have worked. Okay, let's get you back in there. Okay, now let's try this. Ah, much better. Okay, so all I'm doing is I've got my container slightly above the paper because I don't want it to touch, and I'm just going to let that fall. And this is going to create my lines for me to fill in. Hey, Miss Nancy, she said, Treasure Raid, I'm here now. Let the fun begin, LOL. And my mom says, hello, everyone. Kay, Katie, Amara, and I are watching you on the TV. Hello, hello, hello. That's my sister and my nieces. We're doing non-yarny project at the moment because I'm getting ready for the Crafty Ladies. And this is going to be a removable window cling when it is done. And y'all, I meant to link in the description where I got this picture. It is from Kimberly. If you are still here, or Nancy, if one of y'all will drop that link I sent y'all, it was Cassie Smallwood.com, I think. Hey, Miss Lisa. But she had a lot of, well, look, what did I do with the paper? She had a lot of free printables. Yeah, Cassie Smallwood. Focus. It's kind of, but she had some printables on her website. Lots of great coloring pages and free downloads. So that's where I got Mr. Pumpkin here. Now, you're supposed to be able to put this directly on glass and it be removable. But I wanted to try it on this saran wrap here. There we go. Miss Kimberly's got it. And Nancy says she'll grab it too. Nancy said, what surface am I using? So I took a piece of cardboard, taped my image to it, and then I wrapped it with saran wrap. My mom said, am I coming there in the morning for the yard sale? I am coming. I don't have any more stuff gathered yet. But I thought maybe with the saran wrap, it might make it easier to remove. But we're going to find out. Nancy said, Kimberly beat me. But we're gonna see if it works. It should. I've seen lots of videos of other people doing it, and they just used a flat edge, like a razor or like one of those little spatula tools to get it going, and then they just peel it off. But I thought this might be easier because when it's completely dry, then I can just peel the saran wrap off the back of it if it will release it. So we'll find out Saturday night if this is a good idea or a fail. So what you're supposed to do is put your leading down and then let it completely dry, and then you go back and fill it in. And you get this really cool stained glass effect. And with the gallery glass, you also can make, like we're doing here, removable window clings. So this would be something fun you could do with the kiddos. Let them pick out, depending on their age. If they're old enough, they could do the outlining, or you could do the outlining and then let them color it in with the gallery glass, with the translucents. So there are several different colors of leading you can get. I'm using the black. You can also buy the leading already done for you. And I also have a sheet. And then you can go ahead and get your leading. You can do leading by putting it on a grid and then letting it dry and then peeling the leading off and then just adding it to your projects later. Which, I might test that out before Saturday night, and then we'll be all ready to go. Nancy said, I'm still not sure what I'm doing. I need to work on it tomorrow to get the leading dry. Yes. And I'll show you all the grid I'm talking about. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. But you can do that here. Go ahead and get your leading done. And then when you get ready to do your project after it's dry, you just peel it off. And then you just mold it around. Angel said, is this available at Walmart? Yes, I bought a kit at Walmart. Check your local store and see if they still have it. Mine sells out of it quickly. They only carry a couple of the sets, but you get the leading. You get, I think it's 6 total. So you get the leading and then 5 colors, I think, maybe, at Walmart. But yeah, it comes in a little kit, so you get everything you need. If I had thought about it last night, I would have done that leading on that paper or on that grid for tonight, but I didn't think about it until right now. But that will give me something to do before. And let me show y'all. Oh, I didn't bring it in here. Or did I? So I picked up at Dollar General. Let me see if I brought it in here. I don't think I did. Although I don't know what I did with it if I didn't bring it in here. Probably sitting in the living room. But they have little, oh, what are they called? Nancy, what are they called? Sun catchers? That doesn't sound right. Oh, I sent her a picture of it. Let me see. Yeah, sun catcher. I was right. They had these sun catchers at Dollar General for $1. And so it's already got the leading and everything there, and it comes with the paint. But what I thought I would do, since this is removable, I'm going to use my gallery glass to fill this in. And then if you wanted to, you could, when the season's over, you could peel out the gallery glass. And then next year, you could decorate it again. Or you could just keep it and then use it year after year. But I thought, if you don't have any glass, or you don't have anywhere that you're wanting to do this with, or if you go to, like, say, Hobby Lobby and you find some gallery glass like I did here, and you just want to use this, a single container, then you can decorate these little guys. They had 3 different ones to choose from. They had the pumpkin, a ghost, and a haunted house, maybe. So, hey, Miss Diane, welcome in. Okay, so now we got to wait for that to dry. Tawny is knocking stuff off. Okay. Why are you not going on there? Are you not the right lid? You are. Okay. Well, we're going to let that dry. So let me turn my camera while that dries. and we'll chit chat. Hey! So I'm going to let that dry. For those that are just coming in, this is what I'm using. It's gallery glass made by Plaid. Mama said, how long does it take to dry? Whoa. You're supposed to let it thoroughly dry, probably like a couple of hours, but we're not going to do all that. We're just going to let it dry for about 10 minutes, maybe. Maybe not even that long. And then I'm going to go in I'm going to start at the top where maybe it'll be a little bit dry. I don't know. The last time I did it, I didn't let it dry either. I just went for it. It works better if you let it dry, but so I'm going to go in. I didn't have any brown, so I'm going to use gold for the stem. And then I'm going to use Kelly green for the leaf. And then check it out. It's pumpkin orange. So we're going to use pumpkin orange for the pumpkin. And then I will let it completely dry. And then Saturday night, it should be completely dry tomorrow to be able to remove it. But since Crafty Ladies aren't live until Saturday night, we're going to wait till Saturday night to peel it off. And I do have a glass jar that I'm going to stick it on. Nancy says, impatient, aren't we? I know, right? Guess I could fan it. I could just see her fan it. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. I'm doing this, but over it. And let's hope that because I'm not looking that I don't accidentally swipe it and then make a big mess. Let's see. Noe said, I went a little crazy with the chocolate today at Walmart. Ooh, what kind of chocolate? Kimberly says, you could add a face if you get bored. True. Nancy says, you could probably use some clear with orange to give it dimension. I've got other shades of orange too. I've got a peach. And then I have some iridescent. Initially, I was going to do a snowflake. But I thought, well, let's just go ahead and do a pumpkin instead. And save the snowflake for later. Let's see. You know what? We're going to go ahead while we're waiting on this to dry. We'll go ahead and do the Jeopardy question. Okay, so last week I skipped the question, so I came back, picked it up. Okay, so the category is psychology. Okay, so I didn't know the question to the answer, but I know the question to the answer. The way this is worded, that's not the answer I would have given. We'll just put it that way. And then, so y'all may know this way better than I do, but it's not what I would have guessed. But anyway. It's not what I guess. We'll put it that way. Okay, so the category is psychology. One word, alternate name for illness, anxiety, disorder. Let's see here. Noe said Reese's Pumpkins, chocolate Rice Krispie Treats, chocolate chip cookie, and Ben & Jerry's brownie batter. Woohoo, yum. That all sounds delicious to me. Chocolate Rice Krispie Treats. I didn't know they made chocolate Rice Krispie Treats. I don't think. They sound good, though. Got to get me another little drink. So, Katie and Amara, what are y'all doing this evening? I'm guessing Amara is on her phone talking to her friend. Katie, are you crocheting? Nancy said that would put me in a diabetic coma. Well, you don't eat it all at one time, Nancy. Take little teeny tiny bites, a little bit every day. Just one little tiny bite. Kimberly says hypochondria. Here comes Mr. Tiny. What are you doing? He still gets up on his hind legs like a meerkat. He'll hop up on it. He'll get up on his hind legs and he'll lean his little head over. And usually right after he does that, he like comes flying through the air like a flying squirrel. And usually uses my body as his bouncing post or whatever. He'll like, or like I'm a tree. He just like goes up and over. And my clothing is not thick enough for his claws to do that. Here's what we got. Here's what it's looking like. Ooh. I don't want to touch it yet. Nancy said a launching pad. Thank you. That's the word. Yes, a launching pad. That's what he uses me for. Oh, look, y'all can see B. She's down here hanging out. She's normally up here, but up here is where I have the bowl. Let's see if I can reach it. Oi! So I made a bowl using Stiffy. So this is my bowl wasn't big enough. So this needed a little more of the stuff, a little more stiffener on it, more Stiffy, but that's my bowl. And that's what I did with all them little mini hanks. Remember when we opened up that yarn advent? Yeah. So I think there's 27 in here because one of them I took outside to do the test. But that's how big it is. That's a big bowl. I'll slide it back up there. Let me see. No, he said it's like Cocoa Krispies with a layer of chocolate on the bottom and chocolate chunks. Oh, that sounds good. And Kimberly says, sounds wonderfully rich. Yeah, it does. Nancy said, they came out pretty cool. That's what I wanted to do with mine. Well, okay, so this is the bowl I started with. Whoa. It's got a mirror in it. Hold on. Whoa. This is one of those big old bowls from Dollar General, big candy bowls. But it was plenty big enough this way, but it needed to be deeper because it was not big enough. Even though I thought it was going to be big enough, it wasn't. So what I ended up using is this big old, which I think came from Dollar Tree years and years ago. Yes. So I ended up using this big guy here. And once it stretched, once I started blocking it, it hung down about one chain length all the way around. So, yep, it did. So it needed to be what I was looking for. I have a great old big bowl from Tupperware. It's called That's a Bowl. And it's a huge, huge bowl. It's what I used to always put like popcorn and stuff in. That's what I was going to use. And then I saw this red bowl and I thought, oh, that'll work. And when I first laid it across it, it was plenty big. But like I said, once I put the Stiffy on it and stretched it out across the bowl, it was too big. The doily was bigger than the bowl. And part of that is because I used a slightly larger hook than what the pattern called for. But, yeah, I probably could have not blocked it as much, but I wanted the faces, the ghost faces to be, what's the word? Open. I wanted them to look like the little ghost faces. So, all right, let's see. We got about 5 more minutes till the ads will play, and then I'll drop the answer, and then we'll get back to the gallery glass. So what has everybody got planned for this weekend? As y'all saw, my mom is having a yard sale at her house. So I'm going to head over there, and we're going to do that tomorrow and Saturday. Then Saturday night, we have the Crafty Ladies, which is going to be right here at my house, and we're going to be playing with gallery glass. So I thought tonight would be a good way for me to introduce y'all to it, and then if anybody wants to craft along with us and see some other ideas and get other projects that you can do with the gallery glass, you can join us on Saturday night, and maybe you will have a chance to get to Walmart, Hobby Lobby, Michael's. They all sell the gallery glass. Now, my Hobby Lobby, that didn't sound right. My Hobby Lobby has the gallery glass over with their other stained glass stuff. It's not with the paints. It's on a separate aisle. Now at Walmart, the gallery glass is with all the other plaid products like the apple barrel and the folk art and all of that. It's sitting on a shelf with the other kits. Let's see. Kimberly said she's going to make more Halloween stuff. Ooh. Noe said hot air balloon launch this weekend. Oh, nice. And we're going to go check out the local festival afterwards. Ooh, fun. When I was in high school, we had a hot air balloon festival when I lived in South Carolina. It was called Freedom Weekend Aloft. It was always 4th of July weekend, I believe. And it was so neat. It was so neat. I miss that. I miss going to see that. They don't do it anymore, I don't think. I think they stopped doing it several years ago. But it was a really neat festival. Seeing all the hot air balloons. And they would always have like a big concert. And back then, it was very inexpensive to go and hear the concerts. And it was outside and it would always rain. And it would be a big old muddy mess. Let's see, Nancy said making more stuff for the craft fair since I don't know how long I will be out of commission. Oh, that's true. Nancy's got to get surgery. She's finally getting her cataract surgery. So yay for that. Hopefully it won't be long. It won't be a very long recovery time. Hopefully you'll be back at it in no time. Okay, so do we have any more people that want to answer before I drop the question? So the answer to the question, the Jeopardy category, is psychology. And the answer is one word, alternate name for illness, anxiety, disorder. Karen said Reno has one every year. It was 2 weeks ago. Oh, fun. And Miss Kimberly was correct. What is hypochondria? And then it says acceptable hypochondriasis. Is that how you say that? I just say hypochondria. I didn't realize that was the technical name for it, illness, anxiety disorder. I guess anxiety is what was throwing me off. But I guess that's what it is. I mean, it is an anxiety disorder of illness where you constantly think you're ill or you have things. Noe, Sunday, her Michaels is having an open house, and I, along with another coworker, are going to be representing the yarn department. Oh, that's cool. Take this off of here. All right, let me go ahead and turn my camera back around. We're going to turn it off first this time. That's cool. I wonder if the other Michaels are doing the same thing, because that would be fun to go to. Okay, we'll find out real quick here how dry we are. Okay, so then, like I said, I'm going to use this gold. There we go. I'm using gold because I didn't have any brown, so I'm going to use it for my stem. And then you just fill it in. You just color it in. Pop that little bubble. Ta-da! Let's see. My mom said she worked in behavioral health 14 years. And we never called it that. We called it major anxiety disorder. Yeah, that one was throwing me off. Now, y'all, I get my questions from a Jeopardy question of the day calendar. So I don't always check the accuracy of them. I just never heard it called that. So, but, okay. And then, here we go. For the leaf, I'm going to use Kelly Green. Now he says they're having giveaways, a 50% off coupon, a free gift with purchase, and a meet the staff. That sounds like a lot of fun. And you said that's on Sunday? I'll have to see if ours is doing that. I don't necessarily know that I'm going to get up there to it, but it would just be something fun to know if all of the stores are doing it or if it's just certain ones. Or if it's just something your manager wanted to do. Okay, now, this green here, or all of the stained glass paints will dry translucenty. That's a word. So the light can shine through them. Now the black will dry opaque. So if you get a little bit of your color on your black, it's okay. Because when it dries, you'll be able to see the black coming through. Oh, I didn't want to put that there. Well, we're going to put it there. We're going to pretend that. Maybe I did. Maybe that's the stem. I can't look at my picture because it's underneath there. Let's see here. Nancy said, too far for her to drive. They have to go south twice next week, once for surgery and one for follow-up. Oh, true. Very true. The one here is about 45 minutes to an hour away. So, and on a Sunday, it probably wouldn't be too bad, but I don't know that I want to go. Okay, so I think all of this, so that's my little curly Q. That's part of the pumpkin. Should I do this little dot right there? Is that part of the pumpkin? Or was that part of the stem? Or should I make it part of the leaf? Hey, Miss Susan, welcome in. Okay, so then we're going to use pumpkin orange. Kimberly says they vote stem. Okay, so that little boop right there needs to be... Okay. My mom said part of the pumpkin. How about we do this part stem, this part pumpkin? See, initially I didn't think I thought that it wasn't part of the stem, but that line right there doesn't look right. Well, we're just going to go for it. We'll go here. I just blooped that out quickly, didn't I? There we go. And then we'll use, we're going to put a little tiny dabble right here. In that little opening. And then we'll put this guy here. Miss Susan's saying hello to everyone, and everybody welcoming in Miss Susan. Thank y'all so much for that. Okay, then we're just going to fill this little guy in. And what Nancy was saying is I could use some other colors to give it some dimension, and I may do that on another one. Since I didn't let this one dry fully, I'm afraid to do too much because I'm afraid it will smear the black. So we're just going to do it like this. Now, as I was saying at the beginning, you can do this straight on the glass. The only reason I'm doing it like this is because I wanted to, I thought it might make it easier to remove, but you could probably, I've seen it done directly on the glass and they make it look easy to remove. I have one that I did on glass, but it's been a while, so I don't know how easily it will come off. But you can do these decorations flat like this, peel them off, and then put them on your window or on your front door. So you can make custom seasonal window clings, and then at the end of the season, you just pull them off. So if you wanted to decorate, or if you wanted to see, if you have like a window and you're like, oh, you know what? I want to see what a stained glass window would look like there, but you know, you don't have the money to pay for a custom stained glass window, you can make yourself one. And then if you don't like it, you can just peel it off. Or if you do like it, you can leave it and change it up. Or if you're renting a place and you just want to do something a little different, this is a great way to do that because you can, like I said, it's removable. Now, they do make products that are similar to this that are permanent, but the gallery glass is removable. That's what's so unique about it. Cats Gallery says, I wish I could decorate cookies as easily as gallery glass on plastic wrap. I know, right? Wouldn't that be great? Because I am not great at decorating cookies. Not like this. And I'm just putting in a nice little thick layer of this because, you know, you want it to stay a little thick so that it doesn't rip or tear when you're peeling it up. So if you're doing it on I'm going to do the one I'm going to do Saturday, I think I'm going to do in a picture frame. I'm going to do a different technique behind it that I actually learned from my sister. So shout out to my sister Kay. Woohoo! If you're still watching and listening. She did one and showed me how if you don't have a window, you can put aluminum foil behind your image after you get it completely done, and it will reflect the light, so it'll look like a stained glass, but in a picture frame, sitting on the shelf. Let's see here. Let me scroll back up here. Nancy said flows pretty easily. Yes, it does. Karen said years ago I did one on an old glass picture frame and it was a lead paint. Oh. Kimberly said our apartment has big glass panes on the front door. I covered each pane with a different color. It was pretty and gave us some privacy. Karen says you can take a toothpick to get the bubbles out or straight pen. Yep, and I've got some right here. But I don't think at the moment I have any bubbles. I don't think. And I'm hoping that it'll keep those little things, you know what I'm saying, to look like a pumpkin. Let's see, Karen said we have a front door with the old little windows from the 50s. LOL. I put one on it so you can't see in. That's a great idea. Yeah, like they were saying, it does give you some privacy. Nancy says gallery glass was introduced by Plaid in 1974. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it had been around that long. It's been around almost as long as me. A lot of the products Plaid have been around for a while. Somebody was saying the other day, or in a comment, that Stiffy had been around for a long time. I did not realize it had been around for as long as it has been. Their stiffener. Now they do come out with new things. They do change up the formulas and re-release them. Like their apple barrel paint pens, they reformulated them and new and improved. So y'all check those out at Walmart. Let's see. Nancy says, yep, she remembers using it when she was in college. Cool. Boop. I'll pop that little bubble with my applicator tippy here. Ta-da! All done. Let's see. Kimberly said, I thought it was in the late 80s on the infomercial with the guy that had glasses and wore Cosby sweaters. It was made to look like a talk show. You got me. I have no idea. Look how cute. So then we're going to let this dry. And then y'all will have to come back Saturday night. And we'll peel it off. And we'll put it on something else. And I saw not a commercial. I saw another lady. Oh, this is dirty. But she put it on. Oh, hi. She put it on a mirror in her bathroom or in her hallway. But she did a witch's hat. So that when she looked in the mirror, the witch's hat was on her head. But, so I think that's going to be cute. And then it'll dry all clear and stained glassy. That's a word. Oh, where's my little... Let's see, Nancy said, I wonder if you put it outside if the heat will dry faster. Probably, but tonight is, here anyway, is raining. It's been raining for days, it feels like. Let's see here. And Cat's Gallery said, and it pulls off the mirror easily. It's supposed to. It's supposed to come off really easy. All of the videos I have seen show it coming off easy. I may do like a little one and just put it in my bathroom just to see and test it out. Just do something smaller than Mr. Pumpkin here and see how easily it pulls off. Or I may put Mr. Pumpkin after the live Saturday night. I could go put the pumpkin on the wall on the window and see. But let's see, Kimberly, you used it on your windows. Did it come off the windows easily? But these are you're supposed to be able to make, custom clings with it. So I personally have not made one. That's why I wanted to try it. Well, let's see. Hold up. I don't want to pull this off, but let's take a look. See. Let me move this. Come here, you. Come here, you. Okay, so we got this guy. This is the gallery glass. That's how it's going to dry. That's the green. That's what the leaf is going to look like. Okay. Kimberly said sometimes. Okay, let me flip the camera back around. And Miss Susan, let me get to your question here in just a second. Miss Susan said she wants to ask if anyone knows where there is an easy prayer shawl tutorial I could do. You could. Okay, we're going to move this little guy back here. Let's see. You could do any shawl, really, that you wanted to do. My understanding is what makes it the prayer shawl is that you say a prayer over it for the receiver. Don't ruin the rose. I can redo it, but I'm just going to see how easily it'll pull up, or if it will pull up easily. Let's see. But see, this is plastic. You know what? Hold on. Let's see if I got the other one still laying here. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? It was sitting here. Still sitting here? It is. Okay. It's got stuff sitting on it. Now this one has been made for a while. Like a good long while. And it has stuff sticking on it. Sitting on it, so it's stuck to it. Okay. I'll just move the stuff off of it first. Let's see here. Oh, my note cards are stuck to it. Maybe we're not going to do this. They're really stuck to it. Don't lay stuff on it, because it will stick to it. Okay. Okay. This is the one that I made. Hey, Rachel. Okay. Don't mind the paper sticking to it. Okay. So that is how that one looked. I never did put it back in the frame. Okay. How am I going to do this, y'all? This one's not very solid. But the test of this one is not to see how easy it is to make it into a window cling, but how easy it is to remove it off of the glass. Oh, easy. Easy peasy. Look at that. Yes. So I would say yes, it would come off of the glass, off of a mirror very, very easily. Very easily. Look at that. Very easily. And then we can just slide her back down. Ta-da! Readhere it. Okay. Now, as far as the paper, that's on me. Boy, it's in there too. That's my fault because it fell over on it and I didn't move it. If I had just picked it up and moved it, because this was fully dry when that fell on it. So that's on me. So yeah. So easy, it peels up easily, and it was easy to just lay it back down. So yay! Good to know. It was cute before I, did that. Oi. And this looks like hair. It looks like hair right here. But that was where a roll of burlap was sitting on it, like this. It's been sitting back here. So y'all may have seen this burlap sitting right here. And this, my friends, was sitting underneath it. Oh, look. You know what that looks like? Bird poop. That's what it would look like if it was really hanging on my house. And because a bird likes to make a nest in my light fixture. And so, yep, there you go. Gas Gallery says try ice on it and pull the other paper. Yeah, I mean, I'll probably just redo this one with something else. Susan says, sorry, my niece was asking me about one. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. Did I put... I think I did. I think I have a fairly easy wrap. Y'all, did I put that tutorial out? I'm terrible. It was with the iris stitch. I kind of think I did. Hold on. Let me look. If so, it's an easy. I know I have the iris stitch on my channel, but it would be easy to make into a shawl. Let me look. Playlist. Crochet tutorials. This one. Let's see here. I guess I didn't put it on there. Never finished. Let's see. Adding that. I need to go back and do that, don't I? Stitch. Did I not put those in my... Wait a minute. Maybe I didn't put those. I didn't. Maybe I put it in the stitches. Crochet stitches. I need to add that to my crochet playlist, don't I? Okay. Crochet iris stitch. The iris stitch is what I use to make, I made some wraps. So that would be a quick and easy stitch that you can make a prayer shawl with. You just watch the tutorial. I'm trying to think how many. I kind of think it was maybe a multiple of 3. But then you would just make it as wide as you want it. And then you wrap it. I need to go back and add that, don't I, to my, where's my, right here. Here's my list of to-dos. Okay. Let me write that down. Because I made a couple of those iris wrap tutorial. Because my the iris stitch tutorial is actually a picture of an iris flower. You don't even see the stitch. So I need to at least add what the stitch looks like on the thumbnail. And Nancy says, you are right. A shawl becomes a prayer shawl through the intentional embedding of prayers. Very good. When I first started hearing about them, I didn't know what made one that. And I was thinking that I had looked it up and that I had read that that's what it was. But I wasn't 100% on that certain. So. Okay, so y'all, I'm going to hold Mr. Pumpkin up and hope that the paint doesn't ooze off of here. There we go. Mr. Pumpkin. So when he's all good and dry, then, but see, so what I was thinking, so instead of having to like, just like peel up the little edges off of the glass, if I did it on the cling wrap here, I could just unwrap it, pick it up off of the cardboard. This is what I was using for my little, using those paint pens. That's all my little dots where I was priming it. And then I could just peel off the backing, and then it will be ready to stick. That's my thought process anyway. So hopefully that will work. Let's see. Let me go over here. I was going to drop the link for that tutorial. Give me just a second here. Miss Kimberly just sent me something. Is it the tutorial that I'm getting ready to go grab? If so, tell me before I do this. Even though I'm not on this, I don't need you talking to me. Okay, iris stitch, iris stitch, iris stitch, iris stitch, iris stitch. There you are. Copy, share, copy. Okay. Oh, the silly infomercial. Gotcha. Okay. Okie dokie. Here is the iris stitch tutorial that we were just talking about. There you go. And Cat Scholar said I'd like to do a prayer afghan. Oh, that would be nice. By last year, a friend of mine from high school, the ladies that he goes to church with, made me a prayer shawl, and he sent it to me. It was very sweet of him to think of me and to send that to me. All right. Are there any announcements? Does anybody want anything you need to say? We've got about 2 minutes left. Crafty Ladies will be right here on my channel Saturday night, 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. So, right? Yeah. But we'll be here, like I said, 6 Central. We're going to keep it simple so that I don't confuse everybody, but 6 o'clock right here on my channel. Again, we're going to be working with the gallery glass. Check your, if y'all want to craft along with us, check your Walmart. Check Michael's, if you're at Michael's, if you have one nearby. Hobby Lobby, all of them sell it. You can also get it at plaidonline.com. Woo! I don't know that it would be here before Saturday if you ordered it, but hey, Lordy. She said, howdy, popped in to give a thumbs up, heading to bed. Good night. Thank you for popping in. And my mom says, good night, Bible reading time. Good night. Oh, what time are you starting in the morning if you're still here? Yeah. And like I said, I picked up some sun catchers from Dollar General. Dollar Tree probably has them as well. These little guys here, you can use those if you didn't want to print off anything, and then you could just fill that in with the gallery glass instead of using the paint that comes with it. And then you could create your own little stained glass ornament using those. Those are $1. They had the pumpkin, they had a ghost, they had a haunted house. I printed, did I bring them in here? I printed off several pictures from that website we were talking about earlier, CassieSmallwood.com. And I think I'm going to do this guy here. I'm probably not going to use all the stuff on it, but I'm thinking that, but then do the whole haunted house in black. So what I may do, because I'm not planning on removing it, is do the leading and then paint the house with black apple barrel, because it won't be coming off. It'll be staying on, and then do the rest of it in like different colors and stuff, and maybe some iridescent. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm thinking that that's the one I'm leaning towards. Let's see. My mom said they're going to start setting up around 5:30. She has the sub tomorrow, so we posted the sale to start at 8. Gotcha. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I guess that is about it for tonight. I hope y'all have a fantastic night. And Friday, I will see y'all right back here on Saturday night. Let me go over here and find my little outro. I'll see y'all back here Saturday night for the Crafty Ladies. So y'all stay safe. Have a great weekend. And remember, be creative. Until next time, happy crafting.